So in today's video I have this old 1940s lantern that I just adore. It's the second one I've owned. The first one I modified to be even better. Well, this one, let's make it even better. So it's really not as bright as I would like. It has just a little, like, 3-watt incandescent bulb in the front. It also has in the top, but it's the same thing. But this is much better. I love this lamp like this, and oh, that red 10-watt LED on the top turned out even better. So it's super bright, blindingly bright, but it's too bright to have on whenever you like wake up in the dark. So, like that. That is just so wonderful. So wonderful. Such a nice light. I love it. Here's how I make it. Okay, so we're back before I've actually done any of that stuff. So we have this. And to be honest, it's a wonderful lantern. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's just such a wonderful shape. Well, let's get out all the parts. So we have the lantern itself, a bunch of switches that I picked up, which I can choose from, the 3 parts that I printed with the lithium cells, large step-up transformer, small step-up transformer, a big 100-watt LED, and a small red 10-watt LED. Now as for these lithium-ion 18650 cells, I've tested them all individually on my IMAX B6. Some of them have even gotten past 2500 milliamp hours, but these are pretty much the best ones I've ever had. And the blue ones are LGDA S3 1865, and the pink ones are LGA BD 11865. So yeah, that's pretty good. These are all harvested from laptop battery packs that I got for almost nothing at the recycling center. And I do have a little bit of cleanup to do on these 3D parts. I put them over at my friend's house, but they were a little bit too big, so I had to shave some bits off. Well, I might have cracked some of the layers a little bit. It barely fits now though, so that's good. I have a can of acetone with the brush. Now the acetone will dissolve the plastic and make it all kind of tacky, so I can kind of smooth it out while gluing it together, and it'll dry really quickly. But also it'll just look a little nicer. That's all nicely cleaned up now. Oh, and if you get a little bit of plasticky stuff on you, you can just clean it off with the acetone. Good as new. You know, I think this might be all the soldering I need to do. That's pretty awesome. I like these modular little items that we have now. You can get them so easily off eBay and stuff like that. That's where I got most of this stuff, which is eBay. So the 10-watt red LED circuit works. And let's see if this works. Ooh, looks like that works. That's not too bad. That's not 4 watts still even, you know? I don't know. Ooh, wow. Okay, it's 12 watts then. Just remembered, there's one last thing I need to solder up. The switch. I'm such an idiot. Oh well. Well, this is still a good place to start taking this thing apart. So this thing comes up, I tried whitening these plastic pieces in a bucket of hydrogen peroxide because that can sometimes whiten plastic, but it looks like this is not the right type of chemical or hydrocarbon of plastic to get whitened very easily. So that's kind of unfortunate. So the front lens can come off actually too. It's not meant to come off, but it can. You see, you're actually supposed to just unscrew it, or at least you can. Like so. I'm going to unscrew the lamp bulb. That's where the old 6-volt battery went. And that's the switching mechanism, so that's got to go. Just switch over to screwdriver and remove these 2 screws. And like always, I'll keep this this inside unit because, well, I'd hate to throw it away. I can't do that. Pop this little piece in. It's like a little spring-loaded piece. Because you see, the frame of this is negative, and this is positive, and so it just pushes against that. Well, by removing this, we have now freed up space up inside of here, and we now have a hole for our wires to go through. That's also why I did not solder these wires onto the step-up board, because if I wanted to have a rugged connection, I would solder these wires directly onto that circuit board. But to be honest, if I go like this, I can unscrew them, feed the wires through, and screw back up. So that's a lot better mechanism. Okay, so now we have that, and it just so happens that this switch will fit inside of that hole perfectly. Check that out. That is amazing. So we're going to have off in the middle, up will be the 100 watt LED, and down will be the top red 10 watt LED. Now just a matter of wiring it up, but also I think I need to cut this to fit inside of here, because this switch takes up a good amount of space. I added some tape to the switch. I put tape between each layer and stuff like that, so it's got plenty of stuff on it. And so now we got red, white. Oh, look at that. So perfect. Oh, nice snug fit. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I feel like I've really learned a lot about 3D printing to where it's like this was almost perfect. Maybe a few layers higher just to cover that, but still, that is good enough. More than good enough. I'm going to open up a little bit of a hole in this plastic. And I can mend the hole later with some acetone. Or at least I can mend the areas around it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Perfect. Oh, this is so awesome. Now, let's just make sure that we can get this thing up inside of there. And that's going to be quite a feat because we want to be able to cut away a piece of this so it can fit around the switch that we just added. Well, more of it's coming than I expected. Whatever, that works. I don't even really need this top part, to be honest. Yeah, let's just strip it off. That works. There, that's actually good enough. That's the good thing about 3D print is you can just rip off the layers. This is gonna be a doozy. This is a lot of really thick cables. That's for sure. You know, maybe this should come off another layer. Open up these so I can stuff these wires back in there. Why, oh why, do wires like to touch? Because if I flip that switch, I'd have a fire in my hands. You know what I mean? Wires just always love to touch each other. Man, this is a lot of wire. Well, you know, I don't think that this top piece is gonna work. So I'm just gonna ditch the gray piece because it was a good try, but it just isn't gonna fit. That's fine. I mean, the last one that I built, I didn't even have any frames on the inside. Everything was just taped together. So this thing is looking kind of cool, actually. I kind of like how it looks, you know? Kind of a cool style. Although, a lot of exposed parts. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting. I hope nothing shorts out. So we got that. Got this. That's going in. I think we got it. Because of course, there still is a bit of extra room in the base. So I'll just add some foam on the base, and that'll hold it like that. So this is wonderful. So how exactly am I supposed to fit these wires up through that? I didn't think ahead. So let's desolder these and just stick them back up through there. Much better. So I can just kind of stick this through there and just kind of stick it there, you know? Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Oh god, this thing's so heavy. I love it. I am an idiot once again, aren't I? There has to be the cone on here. Oh god. Well, I guess I'm heating up the soldering iron again. Ugh, I'm glad to get that out of the way. So, the inside stuff inside here is actually cleaning off pretty easily. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to clean the insides off, and then we can mount this thing up. I think I can just put this washcloth in here, and maybe, just maybe, the force of this lens popping onto here, oh, look at that, it's gonna press the thing in. Just gotta, oh, it's got a good seal to it. Push that in, push that in. And so this will make sure and press the LED and everything down. While that was sitting, I added a charging port. It just occurred to me, I gotta charge this thing. Nice. So I'll set it to 4.2 volts, and then I'll limit the current to 2.5 amps, just because this wire itself is pretty thin. It's now been about a day, actually, and oh, it's all nice and hard. I can take this tape off now. And the front piece went nice. Take that tape off too. That's weird. The epoxy didn't seem to, or the cyanoacrylate glue didn't really seem to stick to the gaffer's tape that much. That might be something handy to keep in mind for the future. I'm quite happy about that. And there we go. It is all finished. I've decided, you know, I can give more amps with this power supply than a USB charger, so I can still keep the USB cable coiled up inside of here, because see, there's actually enough room to coil up a USB cable in the bottom of here. So I could easily stick a USB plug on the bottom, but to be honest, I don't really need to. This is probably faster. So today I actually woke up from a nap and turned this on. It was a little too bright, but I found out the red actually is really nice. I just kind of reached over and turned it on, and oh, holy cow, it is so bright. Love this lamp. This is a really nice lamp. Lantern, I mean, sorry. Love this lantern. It's a really nice lantern. Still a little bit of directionality in the front there. You can see like the center of the beam. But for the most part, it's very large. Like it's an area light almost. But this is even pretty bright. This is amazing. I like this. Oh, that blue seat looks amazing. It's like a deep dark purple. I like that. But yeah, that's my lamp, and I am quite happy with it. This is pretty cool. I say let's take it outside and see how it does. It should have like a 16-hour or more battery life like this. Oh, it's raining. Look at that. It doesn't rain in California that much. This is more than welcome. I can definitely see it is illuminating the entire backyard. It doesn't show up too well on the camera, but oh well. It's still a really nice lamp. Lantern, whatever. Oh, look at that, it's raining. That's cool. It doesn't rain too much out in California. We've actually been needing it. And I miss rain so much that I can definitely deal with this. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's bright enough for you to see the end of the yard over there, but it still is pretty bright. It still is really bright. I'm quite happy with this lantern. I love it. It's going to be very useful. You know, there's always an upper limit of how much brightness you really need from a lantern, and I think I've already hit it. So I'm really happy with this. This turned out so well. So useful. To be honest, I really cannot tell. I can really not get over how good of an idea that red 10-watt LED was. Just, oh my god, it fills the room with red light whenever I'm, at least to the human eye, maybe not so much to the camera's eye. I love the red light so much that I'm going to distinguish this from my first lantern that I still have out in Illinois by calling this the Dalamud lantern. Dalamud being from Final Fantasy XIV 1.0. It's the moon that crashed into the world. This is I'm running this on a server emulator, so this is before that thing blew up. But yeah, it reminds me of that moon, Dalamud. The Dalamud lantern. My crimson moon, your brilliance sears mine eyes. Love it. Well, I am really happy with this. I'm probably just gonna like keep fiddling with this all night. I hope you guys enjoyed this lantern. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And thanks for watching. See ya!